Welcome back to another podcast. I got my co-host Mark here. I am Victor. How
Hello.
are you feeling today, Mark?
Feeling good. Feeling amazing. Feeling great. How are you doing, Victor?
I'm doing fantastic. What's new, Mark? It's been a
Um,
little, we haven't been here in a couple weeks, so
it is true. It is true. For you guys, it's like, oh, we probably just been doing this every week or every day. Who knows? But for us, it's been a minute. I'm feeling great. I was actually gonna act. Well, I was gonna bring this up anyway. I had recently got the vaccine.
did you?
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Temple?
No, I didn't go to that one. I went to the one. There was one at the what's that place called? Oh my god. It's like right there. It's literally like right around here. The
Jefferson?
no, no. Why can't I remember?
UPenn?
It was the no. It's literally like 2 minutes away from us. It's the place that they had the gaming convention
Oh
at.
God, memory loss is the first sign. I know.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Um, the convention center. Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
there
I
you
know
go.
it says. I knew it was
The place where
center.
they had the game convention at.
I knew it was center. I just couldn't remember the first part of it. I'm like center. I'm like, what center? What's in the convention center? It's been a minute since I've been there.
So you got the first one?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are you
Got the
scheduled for
first
the
one.
second one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm supposed to get it too, but we'll see.
Or
Have you like
am
started
I?
barking yet or anything?
No, I've been good. Just just been feeling, a little doggish. Roof. So yeah, I've been fine. Just been feeling a little bit of feathers,
Yeah, just
No. But yeah, I've been fine. It was weird though when my mom, because I went with my mom, and um, like when she got it, she was like, "Oh, my arm feels like it's such in pain," but I'm like.
I've heard that, but that's like any
I
shot,
feel like that's
really.
yeah, that's what I was telling her. I'm like, that usually happens a lot with any shot. You're just gonna get like that bruise kind of feel,
At
like
least at
that
the very least,
pain.
at the point of like insert.
Yeah, like you're just gonna have like that bruise type of feeling, like someone either like hit you there and you're just like, oh, like it kind of hurts. But
And also, I also feel like even my dad though, but like I feel like women usually feel that more, like they're a lot more sensitive to it. Not that it's
probably,
like some weird like gender thing, but like
wow,
I
babes.
tend to hear that like women are more sensitive with that. Where like they're like it really feels like their arm is like just basically like a noodle. Like
Yeah,
can't be like they
and
lift it all day.
she was like like in such pain. Like I'm not gonna say like she was complaining about it, but yeah, she was just bringing it up a lot. Like, oh, my arm is like it hurts, and I'm just sitting there like I can feel the pain, but it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like I'm like, oh my
I've
god,
never
someone
experienced it. I
shot
always
me.
hear like, especially because my mom's a nurse or whatever. She's just like, "Oh, like your arm's gonna be killing you." Like all this. I'm like, "Yo, like I don't get that." Like I feel like where
Nah,
they put the needle in, I feel like a little bruise type of feeling,
yeah.
but nothing where I'm like, "Oh
Oh
my
god.
god,
Well,
put me in a put me in a cast."
and it's like I don't know. Like usually when I get needles too like this, I it's funny because like I forget exactly when, but like I don't even get phased by needles. I literally just look the other direction,
Feel
and
that little pinch, and
I
then
literally just be talking to myself in my head. I'm like, so what am I gonna do later? And I just like, I'm like, huh. So I'm just trying to see, and then like I literally just don't feel it after that. I'm just like, okay. But it was crazy because because they're like the way they had it was, you there was like three lines. You go down one, it was like A, B, and C. We were like in say A was onto like the left. We went down that one, but then when you get to the
is that on? Okay,
so
I
then
just had like a little bit of paranoia.
so then when you get to the there's like a table where there's a guy, he starts asking you questions, bring out your ID, all this stuff.
The
So
spiel.
yeah, all that good stuff, I guess. And then, you go to a table and there's like one person there that gives you the shots, but two people can go to that table. So you go on one end, the other end. So he's kind of just like he does that person first. Once he's done with that person, he goes to you and it just kind of keeps going in rotation. So the person that was next to me though, like who got there a little bit before me and I was getting the shot, like the person put the needle in him and took it out, and there was just like this line of blood that just kind of came out of his arm where he put the needle in. I was just like, my God. I was like, yo, I'm hoping that's just from from his body, not
Hmm.
mine. And sure enough, it was just his body. I'm like, damn, I guess this guy's just really sensitive. Like his body is just, I don't know.
Probably
It was,
took pills.
I don't know, but I was just like, wow. Like it wasn't like squirting out, but I'm like, damn, that's a lot of blood from just a needle. Like,
Because
geez.
even if you take like an Advil or like a Tylenol, like yo, it's a blood thinner. So like if you
Hmm.
do that and then go to a freaking
Yeah, like it was
get a needle, it's gonna.
like my man was like the guy he like had to get like the alcohol pan was just like wiping it up his arm, and I'm just like, geez. Me, it was just all right, you're good. I was just like, okay, I'm out. But yeah, I went to go get that, so it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of people there, and it was weird because it was like you had to set an appointment up, but there were so many people, and my mom was like, "Why is there so many people?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's not like only like two people can have an appointment for 5:30. It's
Yeah.
like it's not like we're the only ones for 5:30. You know, I'm pretty sure it's like a group of 20 people
20
that
people that are
get that
giving out the vaccine for
at that
4 or
time.
5:30.
Yeah, so I was trying to tell her, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then there was a lot of people who didn't even have appointments. They would
They just thought that
ask,
they could pull up.
yeah, they were like, oh, the people asked, like, you have an appointment? They're like, oh no. They're like, all right, fine, just get in the line. Okay, anybody can do this, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, so interesting. Just sitting there in line, and then that was about it. They didn't give me no cookie or anything, you know. It's not like
You ain't give blood. They gave you a
yeah,
vaccine.
yeah. I could have lost blood. No, there was actually, yo, it was crazy that there was actually a girl who actually like was like passed out, kind of like it was
Like
weird.
from the shower, like just
It had to be from the shot because I didn't really see her, but after we were done, they tell you to go sit in this like kind of waiting space, and this right there is kind of like where they tell you like to kind of like set an appointment up for next time. So like during that whole period, it's basically you just sitting out just to make sure that you're okay from getting a shot or whatever. And I was sitting there with my mom, and I'm just sitting there, and I look just I'm just looking in the distance, and I see like somebody coming through, and it's just a girl in a wheelchair, and she just has her head down, and she's just sitting there, and they're just pushing her,
oh shit.
and I'm just like, oh my god, and I'm like, is this a regular thing? Because
Yeah.
I don't know, like it is weird to see stuff like that happen when you're not used to it. So it's just like me seeing it, I'm just like, wow, people actually pass out from like getting needles or probably even just seeing blood, and they're just like, and they're just done. So yeah, I was just like, wow, that's interesting. And she was just like done. She was like, yeah, it looked like she was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm just like, okay.
Kind of got to.
Yeah, you kind of
Now
had
you did it
to.
for nothing.
Yeah, basically.
Do
But
you remember in middle school when somebody passed out during church in choir? Do you remember that?
there's somebody I know like that we like.
It was in a grade before us.
Okay, great before us. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, every week, Mark. Every week.
Well, you kind of caught me off guard with the 3-2-1, so I had to slide it. I don't remember exactly. Maybe you'll tell me
crazy.
after, but I just can't remember honestly. But I feel like I remember it though, like it happening. I just don't know who. So
remember, like in the lower church, there used to be that section where the choir would sit, like that wooden, just basically that wooden box you walk into. She was like up front, and she just like fainted and felt like folded over that.
Oh my god, maybe I don't remember because geez, I can't even picture that happening and me just being fine. Like,
but I remember when it happened, I
God.
wasn't singing in the choir though.
Oh, so you were like in the front, like just with the class.
Yeah. So I don't know what the occasion was, because I was like active. I was in the choir since like what, second or third grade or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. But I just remember like that day in particular.
We were in the choir.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know.
For way too long. I be thinking about that. Yo, like
you.
Huh?
Me.
Yeah, you were in for super long.
I went extra with it, but yeah.
I remember like in one of my classes, somehow like I guess it was just like a icebreaker type of question or something like that. Or like the topic was about it's a class I'm in right now is about like learning about like the Middle East and Africa, like in business there. But they were like, oh, like teaching us about the music from there and stuff like that. And they're just like, oh, like everybody in the class like say something like your relation with music. And then I'm like, wait, I'm like, yo, I was in choir for like 7, 8 years, bro. Like,
yeah, he was.
that's crazy. Like when I say it out loud, I'm like, damn, like we was out here.
It's like, yeah, I sang.
We was out here singing funerals.
What do y'all know about it?
Funerals, weddings, all that shit.
Basically
on TV.
Yeah, I sang the national anthem at a Phillies game.
Yeah, we was out here.
That was wild. Sometimes I don't even remember that, and I'm like, wow, I actually did that. It's something that flies by me all the time.
He's famous. He will be. Oh, speaking of that, I want to say since like we've been getting a lot of love lately,
we're famous.
No. So 2 weeks ago now, I mean, it's probably gonna be 3 weeks at the point that this comes out.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, we posted the reaction video to the sleepwalking reaction video with Selena Spooky Boo. Like we watched her videos and stuff like that, and it's doing really well. And like a lot of people are commenting on it, and new people as well. It was just like just organic, just brand new people that we don't even know. Like they just were commenting like, yo, like you guys this was really good, this was amazing. I'm surprised you guys aren't like bigger. Yeah, like you guys keep doing your thing. And it was really cool to see. And by the time this episode comes out, it's probably gonna be at 1,000 views, which will be our first video on YouTube that reached 1,000 views, which is kind of cool.
So we're just trying to hear to say that we're moving to Cali. And
So I want to say thank you to everybody who came across and YouTube finally putting us on people's suggested page.
True.
But yeah, it's kind of cool to see some new subscribers came through, and yeah, it's really
Yeah,
nice. Our most viewed video was like at 800 and something, and it was
yeah.
our Scream Girl Hero
Scream Girl,
video.
which was when I see it, like when I just see the thumbnail, I'm just like, I think why, but then I'm like, I remember the video and I'm like, yeah. Then I remember Quinn just being like, oh, like imagine what his dad's thinking.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only part I remember like so vividly. Like, man, I wonder what his dad's thinking. I'm
Bro,
scared.
I think that was 2019. Yo, 2019 ETC was popping. Our Thursday
Yeah,
videos were
the
popping that
videos for
year.
that were like, yeah, it was really out the box thinking. It was like the
Like a
most
lot of original stuff we came up with that year.
yeah, and a lot of stuff you see like part twos of came from like that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you to all those new people that subscribed and that are sticking around and watching our other videos. Appreciate it a lot. On our other platforms, we've been doing really well too. So like TikTok, we got like 10,000 views on one video, and like a couple others got like a couple thousand on their own and 5,000. The Instagram Reels as well has begun like 5,000 to
Mhm.
10,000 views. So like we're seeing some new people come through, and we really appreciate it. And we hope y'all stay for a while and y'all keep to watch our other content. We're gonna be putting out more content similar to the reactions and stuff like that. We did the siblings or dating video, which
Yeah.
was really good. A lot of people
Mhm.
commented like, "Yo, like I love this." So it was a
Mhm.
lot of fun.
Yeah, the
Um,
exposure is there, so appreciate it, everybody.
yeah, it's awesome. Um, but what were you talking about before I cut you? Or we were talking about you being famous. Um,
Me being famous.
yeah, but um,
Just singing.
yeah, that's true. That's awesome. So you got the vaccine. That's good. I plan on getting
Yeah.
mine soon. I also have a doctor's appointment for my eyes finally because I haven't gotten new glasses in like years. I've just been
Yes.
rocking with contacts for a long time,
Okay.
and like I feel like I kind of need some glasses just for the days I don't
Yeah,
feel like
just
doing
for
all
the
that, or like even for
true.
being in front of a computer, like especially now. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna finally get a new frame and shit because my other
Let's
ones are
go.
dick. And some days I don't feel like wearing. Sometimes I just want to wake up, put them on, and walk out. Like I don't feel like doing all this extra stuff. So Glasses Vic is coming back. Y'all haven't seen Glasses Vic. I don't
True.
think since we started the podcast.
I think you might have put it on
Like
here maybe like
once.
once or twice, yeah. But y'all probably would remember. So yeah, Glasses Vic was a time to be alive, you
Yep.
know. So,
That's dope. But yeah, I mean, once you get that second one, you technically don't have to wear a mask anywhere. I'ma still wear mine
I mean, yeah, and I just feel
to
like
avoid that argument and like that
that's what I'm saying.
bullshit.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, I know I couldn't wear it, but they're just
But you have that little card, right?
yeah, but they'll probably just I don't know.
Even when I get the second one, I'ma still
I feel like that's the same thing as just like like me, like I feel like I would have to wear like a lanyard and just have that laminated on my
yeah.
chest. Like, don't worry,
Have that
I'm
little zip
vaccinated.
thing, that little zipper thing
Exactly.
that is like
I'm good. And I
But
just
yeah.
don't. I'm not gonna have people just.
It's probably gonna turn into
staring
like an
at
ID card at this point, but
Yeah, I'm just like, there's no point. I'm
yeah.
just wear a mask.
Once
It's
I
not a
get
big
both,
deal.
I'ma just keep the mask on. But
Yeah, I feel like
at least me personally, I'll feel secure knowing that I have it. Even though
yeah.
I'm a little skeptical about the vaccine. Um wait, did you get like Pfizer? Which one did you get? Johnson & Johnson? Did you get
I think it was the Pfizer one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, just
Good to see you didn't get some weird reaction. Some people know, like no joke, like all jokes aside, some people have really had like been
no,
allergic
yeah,
to the vaccine.
I've heard that there's been they've
or
been
people who get like
feeling different and
Bell's palsy in their face. You know what that
damn,
is?
I don't, but I'm just
You said
but I'm just thinking. I mean, you were like on your face, so I'm just
Yeah.
thinking it's like must be similar to like chickenpox or something like.
No,
Like,
so basically what happens is all the muscles in your face just kind of go dead.
that has to suck.
So like
It's almost like paralyzed.
yeah, so like
Jeez.
it's almost like if you're I don't know if you went to the dentist and they numb like your lip or something.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that, but like all of like one side, or like depending on how severe it is, but one side of your face. So this face will be smiling, and this will just be like,
Yeah, what did I have that for? Oh my god, I remember I had something similar. I think it had to be something that had to do with the dentist. And I remember that, and I just couldn't feel myself smiling, and I was just like, "Yo, this sucks."
Yeah.
like it really is bad. Oh my god.
and now, but what the thing with Bell's palsy is, it's like a stress thing in your nerves. So like, and it goes, it's not permanent. That's just something that's like over time you start to get a feeling in your face
Yeah.
again, and it starts to come back. But still, that sucks. Some people have passed out and like all this other shit. But some people have like severe reactions to it.
That was probably what happened to the. Damn,
Yeah.
I feel bad.
So it's like a select few. It's not like
Jeez.
it's a crazy alarming
Yeah,
amount, but it still
but-
happens,
Mhm.
which is with everything. Yeah, hopefully from there, and then you get to travel, Mark. You get to go to games. You get to go to concerts. You get to
Well,
live
that's when
life.
they want to allow that. You know what I mean? Like I
They're
can't go to
bro.
them unless they allow it.
It's gonna happen soon.
Oh yeah, I mean summer. There's no chance companies are going to just
So
be like, we're giving the
gonna
summer up to. Like no,
yeah,
they're.
it's gonna, and I don't know how that's gonna go.
I don't know either. I feel like what they're doing is they're taking this whole thing because like you see how clubs and stuff are just open and people not
Bro,
giving a
Atlanta and
shit.
Florida just gives no
They don't
fucks.
care, and they're just like, well, let's just see how what happens.
And what's
And
irking me too, because like last night was the Grammys.
yeah,
And I follow like a lot of my page is it's like the very few people that I know in real life. It's probably like 5% of my Instagram, and the rest is like artists I follow or like music or food or tattoos, whatever. And obviously, a lot of artists were like celebrating the Grammys because either they were nominated or their friends, and like they were having like small house parties, but it was just like large ass crowds in a house.
small.
Yeah, like, but it was just it was a full house party,
Mm.
so it was still small, but like it was a lot of people in a small space. And then I've seen like TikToks of people like in public, like in large groups, and like Cali and like all this other shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, like I feel like y'all getting too comfortable now. Like it's not over
Oh
yet.
yeah.
Like we seeing like things are looking better, but we're not there yet. Like don't just slip up now to then get put back in the same place we were last March. Like
But
you're getting too ahead of
is
yourself.
what I find is so crazy is that still like if we literally just all stay in the crib for 2 weeks, like after that everybody's good. like
Bruh.
literally that instead of taking this long ass walk, we can just stop and
I
then
know.
just like and we can just be better and then we can keep going.
And I was having that conversation with my dad and my brother the other day, but it was just like at this point it's too late for
Yeah,
that.
it's too late because everybody just
And they were
keeps
just like,
going
be
on.
quiet. Like I'm like, nah, bro. But like if you think about it for like, if they do that now, it's not gonna fly. Like people aren't gonna listen. That was the best idea last year.
Exactly. It was
2 weeks to a month of just shut it down. Like nothing.
Like,
Unless you a
literally
cop or a doctor or a firefighter or some shit like that, keep your ass in the house.
just stay inside and everything will go away within
Mhm.
like 2 weeks, like it'll be all fine. Literally we can just it probably wouldn't be perfect, but it wouldn't be as crazy as the as many deaths and stuff that you've
Yeah.
seen, like that was just like outrageous. And it was because nobody really cared or there were
Yeah.
people that didn't believe in it and all this. And
If it's
whatnot.
not life threatening, don't go outside. And if you want to go shopping, do what other countries did, or they have designated times for certain age groups to go and shop.
Yeah. I mean
And make it last for those
Yeah.
2 weeks, and then we'll do it again in 2 weeks, and you survive that month.
mhm.
That's it.
But alas,
Nothing would have happened. We could have, and easy even then, to be even more secure, no flights coming in for a month.
True.
Everybody does it. Everybody agrees. Bills,
Flights.
don't worry about it. For 1 month, don't worry about it. 1 month, that's it.
It would have been
Money's
fine.
fake.
This is
It wouldn't
true.
bother anybody.
It is true. We just print it.
We literally just make it as we go. Money's fake. If we want it to not be worth anything today, we all decide and agree on it. It doesn't mean anything.
But
So we could have did it.
yeah, and it's just that idea that they don't want to because of the idea of like the worth of it. But we're not gonna get into the worth of money.
It's just
stupid. It's
now we're
stupid.
gonna get all philosophical here. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, like we really could, money only matters as much as we allow it to matter.
True.
So we could literally just be like, oh, like don't worry about your bill, your electric. We don't care.
No, yeah. If they literally just say, "Hey, like, literally just don't worry about it," like, I wouldn't say like go crazy, like leave every light in the house
Yeah.
on and shit, but like literally just don't worry about it. Go like how you do with your daily day, like your day, and at the end of the month, you won't have to worry about it. Just worry about the month after.
Or even that, just tack it on to the end of each. Like separate that. Say if it's happened this month, that total you stretch it out like a 10% of it
Yeah.
on each bill coming in the
Until each one,
future.
yeah.
And you
Until
send out
it- until
you
it
send out
goes
one
out.
stimulus
And then you
right
put it
there
to that.
immediately. Send it out that
You
month,
put it to that, yeah.
and you put it towards that, so you're okay.
But we're here.
ETC for president, people.
But
How
we're
many
here.
times do I have to tell you?
But we're here. But we're here.
It's not that simple. Yes, the fuck it is.
It literally is. But those people up in those high chairs,
I'm hot.
they're just like, nah, we don't want to.
Because they'll lose money. But at the end of the day, if they would, they would realize that it doesn't matter.
Because money doesn't matter.
It doesn't. They're gonna die soon. They're all old.
Everybody.
They have enough.
is old.
It's not like they're running out. They don't spend it on anything. When do you see these people in like crazy ass cars and
They
houses?
spend
Well,
it
they
on
got
trying-
crazy cars and houses, but they don't spend money on dumb clothes and
They
shit like
spend
that.
it on trying to live
They got a flip
longer.
phone.
They spend it on trying to live longer.
They buy children's blood and they drink it and shit.
Exactly.
That's
That's why they're still
There's a red
alive.
dot on my forehead again. What the fuck?
Get down.
How are we doing on time over there? What's that say?
20 minutes.
Cool. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Yes.
But yeah, that pisses me off, man. Vaccine,
Yeah.
guys. Just take it easy, bro. Like, it's not that, like, y'all keep dragging it because it made me mad.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But again, like I feel like once it gets like do all the crazy stuff, I guess, starting like June, like I don't know, like still make it hard for people to just, go places without a
Yeah.
mask. Don't just make it so easy. Like I still don't
Because
understand the
now,
concept of okay, you go to a place and they say, hey, you can't come in without a mask. You
and
go
then
in
you
with a mask and
take it
then you
off
take
and
it
you do
off.
whatever you want.
And I'm like,
That's why all this shit is so flawed, bro.
I'm like,
Like, it's
what's the
so
point?
dumb. It's so forced. It's all for show. Even in like award shows or like
Mhm.
sports games or all the shit, like it's just only for show so they don't get in trouble. Like
Yeah.
yesterday at the Grammys, Lizzo presented to Megan Thee Stallion for best music video. She won an award. She came up and she was supposed to go the other way to a mic that was 6 feet away. She went towards Lizzo, hugged her, and then they were both like, "Oh shit, you're supposed to be over there." And then they did that whole shit, and like the whole like it was just all a ruse. I don't know what other word
A
to use. Like
ruse.
a fucking facade. It's
Old
all
head
for
Victor.
show. Like it doesn't. And even in sports games, like you see like coaches on the side, they just have it on their chin. They don't give a fuck. Or
No,
like
well, it doesn't
they wear
matter.
it on the sidelines, but then they go out and all tackle each other and touch each other and sweat on each
Oh
other.
yeah.
In basketball, they all touch the same ball. Or baseball, they all do whatever the fuck. Like it's all for
Yeah.
show. Like it's so dumb to me.
I mean, it is. I feel like a lot harder with sports, but besides that, it's just
Then don't have them.
it's just true. I said personally, I didn't want them. I
Me
mean, I know
neither.
I'm not that crazy of a sport person, but it's just like me personally. When I heard that they were like, "Oh yeah, we're still gonna try and we're still gonna make sure that after every game they can't like that whole thing, NBA that they
Mhm.
can't see their family, in the sense
Yeah, the
like
bubble.
the bubble," and I was just like, "Why?" Like,
Just don't have the
just don't have it.
Yeah. And even me, who's somebody who basically only watches live TV for sports, I even said, "Yo, don't do it. Like,
Mhm.
just call off this year. Like, the schedule's already fucked up. You're gonna start a season in August, and for basketball, and like end it in December, but then start again in January. Like, it's just like
Exactly.
so.
It's
Just call it off for a year.
you could literally just stop, have everybody, go through the same process. Everybody else is going, but because, Americans are so hooked on their sports, it was like, oh, but we have to do it. It's
And
like,
then college is still happening, and they
Yeah.
cancel games every 2 days. Like,
and they allow colleges to come and
they
live
don't even
on
get
campus.
paid. And like, oh my god! All right, whatever. I'm getting pissed off. You know what? It's time for, Mark. How are we doing over there?
23.
23. Okay, it's time for a new segment.
Okay.
I came up with a new segment. We've seen some growth. We're gonna add more to the podcast, add more to the show. I already prepared you for. I sent you the links earlier. We're gonna read one, and then we'll just go from there. So this new segment is called Mark Jail or No Jail.
Okay. Jail or no jail.
So
Deal or no deal.
yeah. So I was reading up right through jail. I was reading up articles of like
I remember that.
a dumbass crime, and I'm gonna like you can read up on it more with the link I sent you. My phone's over there, so I can't really read it.
Yeah.
But this one in particular was, so I'm basically tell you the crime, and then you have to let me know what you think, if they should go to jail or not go to jail. So there's one in particular where a man, I think it was in Virginia, he robbed a liquor store or something like that while wearing a real watermelon hollowed out as a mask. Um, it was him. It was two guys, two underage guys, and they made a TikTok of it
A TikTok. Wow. Even better. Great.
where they said it was a hack to like not having to wear a mask. So they hollowed out watermelons, put them on their head, walked into like a convenience store, like a liquor store,
Wait,
and
wait,
like
wait, wait. So why did they not want to wear the mask? Or
it
they
was just,
chose to wear it?
I think it was just like a viral video type of thing.
Okay,
I
so
don't
that's
think,
where the
or
TikTok
they
comes
or
in.
they just disagree with like masks.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
So
where the
he,
TikTok
so the
part
basically
comes
it's a watermelon hollowed out for their head, and there's no mouth hole. It's literally just their eyes.
in. That's hard to
And they
do.
walk in, and like the clerk is like, "Yo, what's up with that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's like our mask. Like this is what we're wearing." So then they go around the store and they record a TikTok, and they're like shopping, and they steal alcohol, but they have them on surveillance camera stealing the alcohol. And yeah, they got caught like clear as day. And it's also like, oh, these guys are wearing watermelon helmets. Like, keep an eye on them. It's kind of easy. And then they left, and one of them got caught later on. One of them still on the lookout for him. This was in February, I think this happened. And yeah, Mark, what do you think? Jail or no jail?
Well, I mean, I think.
And they were underage and they were stealing alcohol in Virginia.
Well, I think the idea of like the robbing part kind of calls for jail. I think it's still a regular thing of they're robbing something. So yeah, I think they deserve jail. But like if we want to get into detail, like why they chose those masks, I have no idea. And while you were talking to me about it, I'm really just sitting there. I'm like, if I was in their shoes, how would I feel? Like that just feels weird. Like to just have it on your head. I'm just like, was it a dried out
Yeah.
watermelon?
Do you have there's a picture for
Yeah,
you
yeah,
there.
yeah. I
if you-
saw it, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like that's just weird. Like it's just literally the eyes, like no even nose. Like how did they breathe?
Yeah.
like were they
It's just
feeling?
all this hot ass mushy watermelon.
That's
And
why
then
I'm
when they take
like,
it off, and apparently they were like chilling in the back of a truck in the parking lot after they did it, like of the convenience store.
yeah, we did it.
We robbed that shit.
We robbed that shit. We got these watermelons. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just think about the amount of time it took them to do that. Say, like, we're gonna go buy a watermelon, empty out the watermelon. You know how much shit is inside of a watermelon? And then not only that, they had
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you
they
had
had
to,
to they had to
scoop
open
all
it
that
up
out.
enough to scoop it all out while also like not opening it a lot because they only opened the eye holes and the neck hole. So you had to get in there.
Got in there. And then you just got to carve out the eyes. And then you had to make sure, then you had to be in it to really know where to carve out the eyes at. Because
Exactly.
you couldn't just like put it on and then just hope it
stab
matches.
yourself in the eye. Like,
yeah, these guys are interesting. These are
all
the
this for a viral
innovators.
video. And one of them ended up arrested in police custody.
You know that other boy not going. He not going to give himself up.
No,
I don't know him, bro.
He's the guy. I think the guy who got arrested told on the other guy because in the article was like, oh, like we don't have any proof, but we have a lot of information saying exactly who it is. So his friend saying
we live by the watermelon.
his friend was
by
on
the watermelon.
his friend was on Force 48 with a Red Lobster meal in front of him. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how they got you, bro. I ain't tell him.
We live by the watermelon. We die by the watermelon.
That shit. So
Well,
jail, Mark?
Yeah,
For some little beers?
Well, yeah, they robbed it. I feel like okay, so like how did they rob it? They like
Oh, they didn't
just-
like
they
give
didn't
me
just
give me
steal
your
it?
beer.
Okay,
They just
never
like
mind then.
pick what's the word?
Just shoplift, steal?
Shoplifted.
Just steal it, yeah.
And they're
Ah, okay.
underage, you know?
Underage, yeah, but what's the like toll for underage drinking? Don't you guys?
It's probably not a lot.
Don't you? I don't think it's immediate, like getting put into like juvie, right?
Nah.
Don't you gotta be like
You gotta be
a
like
lot more.
violent.
It doesn't have to be like consistent too. Like,
Yeah. It has to be like violent acts. I think anything before that's kind of like pop out.
Stop it. Stop it.
What would you do if your kid came home like, or like
I'd
the
beat him.
police came to your door, saying like, oh, like your son was at this convenience store with like watermelon, and he's like, Jimmy, come downstairs, and it's just like watermelon juice like on his neck
Yeah,
or
Pa.
his shirt.
Yeah, Pa, what's up?
What would be your first reaction if your son got either like the cops brought him home or like
I saw that meme of the guy from the B movie makes that face. I would have literally just, as I'm at the door and I opened it and he tells me that, I would have just called his name and then I would have looked back with that face like, what the fuck are you thinking?
So you know what, officer? Give us 5 minutes.
Hold up, don't worry. If you hear anything that you shouldn't have, just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Play some music in the car.
Play some music, go around the corner if you want, run around the block a few times. When the door's back open, I'm ready. We can talk a bit more.
You know when like people get arrested and they put like a shirt over their face or like they try to cover them,
Mhm.
they just like turn the watermelon back around. He's just like walking.
He hits his head.
Yeah, going into the cop car. They're
Yeah,
like,
just, imagine just crushes the top of it. The cop just, oh, my bad, kid. But yeah, I think after that, I probably wouldn't give him jail because they didn't really like shoplift or they didn't like rob it. It was just
they didn't like point a gun at anybody or nothing.
Yeah, they were just like, hey, we're just some kids that want to get some beer for the bros, the
Yeah.
broskies, and we didn't have enough time and money, I guess, to buy masks, but we had these watermelons and we had the time for that to scoop all of it out. Yeah, so we just want to take some beers. But yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
There's so many other clever ways though. Like I've seen another videos of like a group of girls. They basically like took like their mom's clothes or their grandma's clothes
And they just
And then
dressed
she
up.
they dressed up as like their grandma. Like I think they had like a gray wig,
Mm.
and they just went into like a store and like bought it on their own. That's smart.
I think I read the same thing kind of, but I think they had like their ID as well. I think.
Yeah, the grandma's ID.
So like they had to dress like her, but they also had the ID, so it just kind of like made sense. But I mean, it's a good idea, but then it's just you think about it and you're like, man, the person who was working just either really is blind or just didn't care.
Well, if you think of like if they have like glasses on and they just have the whole fit going, and they're just like like
but
just
I'd be looking for like a
trying to
little
like
bit of like, I don't know.
just be like old and like keep their head tucked and just be like, oh, here you go.
I'm
like,
looking for like wrinkles. I'm like, that hand look way too young to me.
like, yo, grandma, what you doing? Your skin, girl?
Yeah, okay.
What's
you
that?
got
Cocoa
it,
butter?
right?
What you got?
What you been doing? What's your routine? Let me know about it.
You gotta have the voice going too. Oh, honey.
Here, I'm just a little grandma.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do grandma. Imagine I do grandma impressions on my free time.
That's my side hustle.
That's my side hustle. Book me.
You in the next cartoon.
Right.
You doing the Baby Looney Tunes remake.
Look out for me. You're gonna be like, oh, it must be a woman who does the grandma's voice. Just see my name. I do that. Mark different.
Mark. He wears clothes backwards to get you off of school, and he voice performs grandmas.
That's right. I do everything. You name it, I do it. Book me.
He's on what's that app?
Not everything though, chill. But yeah.
What's that app called? Cameo. Have you seen Cameo?
Yeah.
Or like people like do little shout out videos.
For all that, yeah. You can do. Yeah, shout me out. I do everything. But like I said.
Check him out on Twitch. He be doing the grandma voices.
All right. I'm gonna just do that and then make that as a sound alert.
There's somebody, I don't know if you ever seen them. There's somebody on Twitch that like dresses up like a grandmother and plays.
I mean, there's a lot of people that do like cosplay on there too.
No, but this person his
like
Twitch thing is Granny, and it's a guy.
That's funny.
And he dresses up as a grandmother, like a stereotypical grandmother, and like does the voice and all.
Well, that just reminds me of.
And he plays with other people too, and like he'll stay on character like the whole time.
That's too much work, man. I mean, I give it to you because you can
dedication.
Because you can definitely get a lot like known and famous for it, but then it's just like when you go to sleep, like you're just like, man, I really put in a shift today.
Yeah.
Like
I forgot where I saw it. Oh, because I was watching Twitch Rivals for Apex, and like he came up, and I'm just like, oh shit.
And I'm just thinking like that's similar to like Dr. Disrespect.
But he just be like
he's fine.
He's technically himself.
He just wears like a different costume.
Yeah,
he just wears like a different
We gonna find out a costume for you, Mark.
Oh man, every day having to wear that. I mean, I still have the wig.
This is true. What would you be?
Just be Napoleon Dynamite.
Just wear the shirt.
Exactly. Put the glasses on. I can do it. But I probably won't. Probably be a day I'll just forget about it. I'm just like,
Halloween stream.
Halloween stream, I definitely, I wanted to do like a whole type of like Christmas stream where I like have the hat on, a little Christmas tree in the back, a little Christmas
lights.
music, but like it didn't happen. But this time
big
around,
plans for this year. Big plans. Big things.
Big things, Done, no. Halloween, eh?
But speaking of Twitch, where can they find you, Mark?
You can find me, you can find me on Twitch, MC Marky Mark. You can find me on Instagram at ETC Marky Mark and Twitter at Marky Mark. Victor, where can they find you and etc. at?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at ETC Victor, and the same for etc. It's real etc. on all those platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all of that. You find us on all of that.
You gonna find it there. You gonna find it there.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys like the new segment. We're gonna try and do more stuff like that. Spice things up, keep it crazy. And yeah, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.